Have you ever wondered why you still can't speak English, even after months, maybe years of trying? You study, you watch videos, you learn grammar, but when it's time to speak, nothing comes out. Why? Is it your memory? Your confidence? Your method? Here's the strange part. Some people become fluent without studying that much. They don't know every grammar rule. They don't memorize thousands of words, yet they speak smoothly. So what are they doing differently? Here's the truth. It's not your fault, but it is your approach. And today, you're going to see the real reason why you still can't speak English and how to fix it. Because it's not what you think. The big idea is simple. You're not failing because you don't know enough English. You're failing because you're using English the wrong way. Let me explain. Most learners treat English like a school subject, something you study, something you prepare for, something you practice later. But real fluency doesn't work like that. Fluency comes from use, not study, and that's where everything breaks. But here's the problem. You might already know a lot of English. You understand videos, you recognize words, you can read sentences, but when it's time to speak, your brain freezes. Why? Because your brain is trained to recognize English, not produce it. That's a completely different skill, and most people never train it. Here's the truth. You don't become fluent by learning more. You become fluent by using what you already know faster. So, let's fix that. 1. You're waiting too long to speak. Most people think, I'll speak when I'm ready. But here's the reality. You will never feel ready. Because speaking is what creates readiness, not the other way around. Think about it. You don't learn to swim by reading about swimming. You learn by getting in the water. Same with English. Start speaking now, even if it's bad, even if it's slow, even if it feels uncomfortable. Because that discomfort, that's the signal you're improving. But here's where most people quit. They feel embarrassed, they feel stupid, so they go back to studying. And the cycle repeats. 2. You're translating in your head. This is one of the biggest mistakes. You think in your native language, then translate to English, then try to speak. That takes time and pressure, and your brain can't keep up, so you freeze. Here's the truth. Fluent speakers don't translate. They think directly in English. So how do you start? Simple. Start small, very small. I'm tired. I'm hungry. This is good. Don't try to be perfect, just be direct. Over time, your brain builds a new habit. Thought to English, no translation. That's when speaking becomes natural. 3. You're focusing too much on grammar. Yes, grammar matters, but not in the way you think. Most learners wait to speak correctly. But here's the problem. Perfection kills fluency because you're thinking too much. You're checking every sentence, every word, every tense. And by the time you're ready to speak, the moment is gone. Here's the truth. Communication first, correction later. Speak with mistakes because mistakes are part of the process, not a sign of failure. But here's something interesting. Even native speakers make mistakes, and they still communicate perfectly. So your goal is not perfection. Your goal is flow. 4. You're not getting enough real exposure. Watching one video a day is not enough. Studying for 1 hour is not enough. Fluency needs repetition, daily, constant, but not in a boring way, in a natural way. Surround yourself with English, music, videos, podcasts, conversations. But here's the key. Don't study everything. Just enjoy it. Let your brain absorb patterns, sounds, expressions. This is how language becomes automatic. 5. You're afraid of making mistakes. This one is silent, but powerful. You don't speak not because you can't, but because you're scared. Scared of sounding wrong, scared of being judged, scared of embarrassment. So you stay quiet. But here's the truth. Every fluent speaker you see today was once bad, very bad. They made mistakes, a lot of them, but they kept going. And that's the difference. 6. You're inconsistent. This is the real reason most people fail. Not because they're not smart, not because they don't have time, but because they stop. They start strong, then skip days, then lose momentum, then quit. But fluency is not built in one day. It's built daily. Small actions done consistently, again and again. So, let's bring it all together. Why can't you speak English? Not because you don't know enough, but because you don't speak early enough, you translate too much, you chase perfection, you don't get enough exposure, you fear mistakes, you're not consistent. Fix these and everything changes. Here's the truth. Fluency is not a mystery. It's a habit, a daily habit. Simple actions done consistently. So start today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Speak one sentence. Think one thought. Watch one video. That's it. Small steps, but powerful, because over time, they become automatic. And one day, you'll realize something strange. You're speaking English without thinking, without translating, without fear. That's fluency. If this helped you, like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more simple ways to improve your English. Keep going, stay consistent, and soon, English won't feel difficult anymore. It will feel natural. See you in the next video.